Hello.
Hello.
Happy
Happy
Goddess.
Goddess Chat. Good to be here. Good to be
It's so
here.
good to be here, yes. I always leave our conversations feeling more uplifted than when I arrived, most likely, because I feel like I kind of come into these sessions and I've been busy or running, and it feels like when I come and have our time together, it definitely
Yeah, it helps
grounds,
get a
you
little more
know.
centered, right? Yeah, yeah.
How is your
It is.
day panning out to be there, dear?
Oh, it's really been nice this morning. We finally had a sunrise that we could see. Of course, the sun always rises, but it's just been cold and rainy and dismal and not very unbeachy, as I am starting to say.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, so super happy to start a week. Uh, well, yeah,
Yeah.
start my day, we'll
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's been good. I definitely am feeling spring is coming, is here, even though the cold and all of that. The
Mhm.
birds are just having this fabulous time flying in huge groups from
Mm.
tree to tree. It's really fun to watch them. We have a little uh, bird's nest that
Mhm.
something I haven't been able to identify what type of bird it is because it comes and goes so fast. But it's
Mhm.
been fun watching her put together her little nest. And it's just so beautiful to watch nature just doing its thing and not being concerned with, am I doing the right thing? Is
Mhm.
anybody watching me?
Right.
Is this my purpose? All those things that we're thinking of.
For
Am I
sure.
doing it wrong? I mean, that's the thing I'm learning from nature right now, from spring, is that,
Mhm.
nature just does what it is natural, is what it is.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
so why should I be any different?
Mhm.
I don't
Well,
know.
that's what I say all the time, and I think that our goddess of the month definitely leans to reminding us to go go spend time in nature, because um it's there that we're really vibrating at our natural rhythm, and
Yeah.
the noise of the concrete jungle and the jobs and the have tos and all the things that we do are that's all man-made. So when we go spend time in nature, whatever that is, whether it's taking a walk in the morning or going to the beach and watching the sunrise, or taking trips that take you on adventures in nature, like that's when I find I am the most at peace, is when I'm making sure that I have that space in my life. Unfortunately for me right now, in Central Florida, the allergies are coming on pretty hard and fast because of
Yeah.
the weird the weird summer, spring, winter mixture
Yeah. Central
of different
Florida
temperatures
is,
that we've been getting.
yeah, it's,
Yeah, so I've been sneezing, and all the achiness is coming from having allergies showing up. So it's been a little bit of a um bumpy little ride the last couple.
yeah.
So
Well, I had to
but
laugh because yesterday I was at a meeting of like-minded spiritual folk, and the topic was completely different. We were just talking about our spiritual experience and how we stay spiritually fit, shall we say. And somebody brought up says, well, this may sound weird, but I hug trees. and because it was a group that typically doesn't talk about that sort of thing, and then we all burst out laughing like, I do too, I do too. We all have this special tree that we go to, or it was really kind of funny. And by the end of the discussion,
Mhm.
it was we were all going to run out and hug a tree.
Nice. That's great. That's great. Well, so this week we're working with tools for our goddess at Eostre, and some of the things that we posted about earlier in the week were move your body. So, energy starts being able to shift through the body, and we are able to feel more harmonious and balanced when we are moving versus being sedentary. When we find ourselves feeling very kind of unmotivated, that's when we need to move the most. Schedule me time. This is like a staple in my self-care arsenal. Is and I had to actively create the space for that, but it's such an important practice to have, to be able to be like, all right, this is my time for me to do whatever it is I need to do. Even if that's just lay around on my couch all day and binge watch some, silly television program, because sometimes I just need to shut it all down and just detach, So whatever me time looks like for you. Sometimes for me, it's taking a hike. Sometimes it's going paddleboarding. Sometimes it's a salt bath. Sometimes it's, like I said, binge watching some TV, like just shutting down and not feeling the need to do anything. Only doing things that I want or need,
Yeah.
Surround yourself with beauty. So this is our message from this goddess, is that it's necessary to recognize that you are more uplifted when you're visually, stimulated in a way that feels good. So flowers, having things tidied up is a, cleaning out your space. This is a form of self-care and self-love, and definitely helps for energy to be moving through your life.
Spring cleaning. I can never understand why. I don't know. There were so many moms that I knew growing up that were so, you go to visit a friend's house, mom's spring cleaning. I'm like, what is this spring cleaning thing you're talking about? Because we didn't really do that in my house. Well, my mother probably did, or but I was completely oblivious.
But it just wasn't called out, right?
Yeah. But there is something to that.
I'm telling you,
that letting go.
Yeah, when I decide to tear through the closet and like, okay, what needs to be donated? Talk about lightening the load. I always feel like, so much better at the end of that. So again,
that's just made me think. Somehow I have an iPhone, so if I just press on an app, and then everything starts to shake and you have the opportunity to get rid of something. Well, sometimes that button gets pressed when it's in your pocket and you didn't really know until you go back and I just deleted an app that I'm looking at all the apps that are there and I can't figure out which one it is. And I'm thinking, what is missing? And then I think, well, apparently I did not need that app, or when I do, I'll get it again. And it just made me laugh. It was like, I probably need to spring clean my phone.
Yeah, for sure. And then the last idea we gave you this week was journal and explore your inner knowing. So with some journaling prompts, what ideas and inspiration are you ready to be manifested? What actions do I need to take? And what old beliefs do I need to release to move forward? So I really liked those three kind of working together.
Yeah.
You can really kind of like go, okay, what is it that I want to manifest? What is it that I've been dreaming, or ideas and inspirations have been popping into my awareness? And then, stepping into that piece of, okay, what do I need to do? How do I, and not answering it from here, instead answering it from here. And we do that by settling in and centering and connecting with, the energy of the goddess that we're asking to help us, or we want to tap into her energy, their energy. And then ultimately, what's holding me back? Like what old ways of doing things do I need to give some attention to, so that I can shift out of those beliefs into an empowered, an
Yeah.
action oriented place. And so, right now we're in springtime. We're coming into springtime here in another week. And this is all about, okay, let me start planting seeds and watering them and nurturing them, and really beginning that process of creation, right? And then when we
Hmm.
come into summertime in June, then it's all about action. Okay, what action, what movement, what do I need to do to keep this growth occurring?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that for me, when you talked about those three steps, I have no limit on the number of ideas that I can come up with. And I have a pretty good sense of how the steps I might want to take. Of course, we always say, uh, you'll come up with the why, or but
Yeah,
leave the
what's your why?
how up to the universe, to
Yeah.
really kind of like, how is that going to happen? Well, it'll happen. But where I get tripped up is that, okay, so I've got the idea, I have an idea of what steps to take, but then it's like I'm not taking those steps, is that action thing. And why is that? Probably because I've got some kind of false belief or old idea
Old paradigm.
that's
Yep.
keeping me from
Stuck.
doing that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a new look on procrastination, because I'm famous for that. But
Well,
why
and
is it that I don't want to start that?
it's really interesting you're using that word, because I had a client come in this weekend and she goes, I just feel like, I procrastinate doing this and procrastinate. I'm like, okay, so then what is it that you are like resisting in it? Like, what is it that's showing up that is feeling like resistance versus empowerment, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
resistance comes from a lack of feeling empowered in some way. You just have to surface what that some way is, so that you can open up
Yeah.
space to
A lot of
find
the times, yeah,
pathway.
it's me. I not, uh, I wouldn't say being seen, but just, well, what if
Hmm.
nobody likes it, or nobody, whatever it is that well, you can't know until you put it out there. And who cares? It's you, it's your
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And
I mean,
if
I
you
think
make a mistake,
right.
okay,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
redirect.
right. Yeah. Well, I'll say for me, I think that old paradigm, that old belief structure that I struggle with is overwhelm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I can sit back and be like, oh my gosh, I got to do this big thing. And then like I have created a story in my mind of how difficult it's going to be and how much effort it's going to take. And I will tell you, 9 times out of 10, when I actually get to it, it was so easy and it was done so quickly. And
Yeah.
it's that co-creation with spirit, right? When I find myself in that place, I have to sit back and go, okay, what's overwhelming me? What is it that's showing up that what is my fear? What is my worry? What is the tension spot here? And when I give that space and I own it, then it's a whole lot easier to step into it. And then when I do, I'm like, okay, that was not difficult. That wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be. But I think that it's easy to fall into that energy, um, as we're, you know, traveling.
Yeah. Wanting to do all the things. And for me, I'm walking along the path and squirrel, squirrel. There's something bright and shiny object that just catches my eye, and all of a sudden I'm going on a different path and thinking, wait a minute, I was going this way just a few minutes ago. you know uh,
Yeah, and I think that it's going to be, for me, it's the taking the time and really stepping back and saying, okay, how can I incorporate spirit into this journey? Why am I trying to do
Absolutely.
this alone? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, shifting that part of it is a big piece of the equation for me. Is okay, how can I ask for help? I mean, that's what the spiritual journey is is being willing to surrender whatever fear, worry, anxiety, tension point there is, and open yourself up to ideas and inspiration to help guide you to the answers.
Exactly, exactly. And that's what we talk about when we talk about tapping into the energy of the goddesses. This, you're tapping into a part of yourself that you just might not be used to tapping into, or you just, because your ego has got you, I'm doing it this way mindset. When
sitting down at that altar, and bringing up some of these tools, and doing some visualization work with your ideas and inspiration, and asking, Eostre, can you show me, help me see this, help me see the path, help me, like, help ask for that, and then let go.
Then
when
let
you
go.
let go, just allow whatever your intuition brings to you to come. And 9 times out of 10, like, so much clarity comes, and it's just easier. So that's, I think, the hard part is remembering that when we do actually tap into creator, we get answers versus
Imagine
trying
that.
to will it into being, right?
Yeah, I know. Sometimes we ask for help. We ask for help to do a certain thing a certain way. And when really
Instead of, okay,
that doesn't work.
see the way, help me see the way, help me open my mind to other ways, other paths, other ideas. Show me. And I really encourage you to use that word, show me, instead of
Show me.
do it for me, or whatever we get stuck into. Can you do this for me? And can you make this right for me? Instead, show me how I can, what steps I can take. Show me the way.
Show me the way. Okay, that will be our mantra for the week.
Well, with that, we will see you next week. We will actually have an extra week this month, and next Monday is the spring equinox. So
yeah,
I have a special week focusing on the spring equinox. So I look forward to sharing all that with you. So with that, we will see you again next time.
have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful week, goddesses.
Yes. Yes, goddess.
Yes.